this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and as you can probably tell, I am moving on to Christmas cards. So I think I have done everything with fall that I can possibly do. You never know, I might find something else that I want to make. But I asked last Wednesday on my Facebook Live, and everybody was like, move on to Christmas cards. So that's what I have for you guys today. So I have an event that is local to me, and if you want to read more about it, you can visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.com. But I am doing a Christmas card class in November, and it's, like I said, it's going to be here locally to me. And I've got 4 different designs of cards. This was one of them that I designed possibly to use, but I have to make it not so technically difficult to do because I have to prep everything. So when the people show up, they just have to sit down and stamp, maybe do a little bit of die cutting, but I'm trying to make sure that I have all of that done for them and they can just sit and enjoy their day. So what it is there's 4 different designs, and they will choose which design they want to do, and they can choose all 4, but they'll make 10 cards of each design. And if they purchase all 4 different stamp card designs, then the 5th one they get to choose for free. So this was one of them, but this right here, I just kind of realized I think it's a beautiful card. I would love to be able to do this one, but this one I would have had to have die cut all these out, and you will see if this was a popular card, this would take a lot of my time. So I decided I would just share this card with you guys on my YouTube channel and make it not be so difficult on myself. So I'll show you really quick how I made the card. The card base is Balmy Blue, and it's 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. I'm going to take another piece of Balmy Blue that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to use the Winter Snow embossing folder. We'll run that through here in just a minute. I have a piece of the Balmy Blue Glimmer paper, and oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this paper. I'm just finishing up my retreat that I'm going to be doing in October, and I used a lot of this for the projects. This piece is cut at 4 by 2 inches. I just have a piece of scrap Whisper White. This piece is cut at 4, and I don't care how wide it is. This one I'm just going to get my little slope out of. I've already pre-cut one of the trees, and you'll see why here in a minute when I start to layer. So this one is pre-cut out. I have another piece that I'm going to cut another one out of, and this has our adhesive sheets on the back. I like to cut my adhesive sheet just a smidge smaller than the paper I'm going to use. Once I cut that out, then we'll lay this detailed on top there, run it back through, and that is how we get that little effect. And then I'm also using our all-purpose ink. This is the Frost White, and I'll show you how I'm going to put that on there. I'm using a little bit of the Snowflake Splendor ribbon and the blue adhesive backed gems, and then I'm going to use some Balmy Blue ink to stamp my sentiment. So let me move all of this out of the way since I showed you everything. And this is the bundle in the pines, and it comes with the pine wood dies. It is a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. I have just started playing with my Christmas stamps, so like I said, it's going to be interesting to see some of the things that I come up with. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll run this one through the embossing folder first. So I need to remove that plate, and I'll just grab my paper. And this one is not one of the thicker folders, so I can use just the 2 regular plates when I run this through. I really like, when it's Christmas cards, I really like the snowflakes. Isn't that just so pretty? I really like the snowflake cards, and I also, snowmen are my favorite thing. I absolutely love snowmen. Okay, so now we need to put plate 2 back on, and one of these plates. Now I'm going to make sure, if you can see, like I said, I cut it a smidge smaller, so I'm going to make sure that I have that lined up right in the middle. I'm going to put that down there like that. Now this one has the adhesive sheet on the back. Okay, so let's cut that out. And then we'll just pop the tree out. And then when we put that on there, make sure I have my adhesive side down. And I'm going to line this up. And the best way to do that is I'm going to look at my stem and the top of my tree, and that's what I'm going to hope does not move on me when I put this plate on there. So I'm going to be really careful and hold that down tight as I start it, and hopefully it did not shift. And I'm just going to run it back through this way just to make sure. Oh, you know what, my snow, I forgot about this little guy. I was going to run it through there at the same time, so we'll just do it now. It kind of got slid underneath my paper. So this is just however, what I did on my original one, I just kind of lined that up at the bottom. This one right here, something like that. That moved on me. I'm going to grab some washi tape because I just want to make sure. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit on this end and a little bit on that. And I'm just doing that because I don't want it to move. So I can kind of get it somewhat straight. Now I got to get the tape off there. Okay. And really, you guys, you can use either one of these slopes. You can use the skinnier one. And I think I'm just going to try it out when I get ready to, I have a piece of glue there. When I get ready to put the card together, we will try it out and see which one we think we want to use. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to bring in the one I already had pre-cut out. And let me grab my, whoops, wrong one. Grab my pick tool and we'll just pop this out. There we go. Okay, and the best way I think to do this, and it kind of makes all those little pieces just kind of go away on their own, is to just peel the adhesive off. But be warned, when you start to peel the adhesive off, you have to be ready to lay it down. Okay, let me move all of that out of the way. We've got one that left stayed in there. Okay, so you can either line this up, trying to get all this out of the way. You can either line this up at the top and start that way, or line it up at the bottom. It's however you want to do it. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, kind of hold it like that. That's not too shabby. Okay, so let's make sure we have that all down there. That's not too bad. Okay, now I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to shake up my frost paint, and then I just have a sponge, and we'll let this dry while I'm doing the rest. So I basically just did one of those. It's not going to take a lot at all. Can you guys see that already? It's starting to, the paint's already on there. It just looks so pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that. Like I said, we'll let this dry. If I can get my lid back on there. Geez, oh peas. So let me just move this off to the side, and we'll let it dry while we're working on the rest of the card. So let's go ahead. Now I'm going to take this glimmer piece, and we're going to put it down right there. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, just because this is glimmer paper and it's going on top of a piece of paper that has been embossed. So let's just kind of do that. Then let's grab our ribbon. Take my pin out. And I'm just going to kind of slightly measure where I have enough to wrap around the back side. And then I'm just going to cut it right there like that. So bring in our base. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus. I have been having an issue with this roll wanting to eat my cardstock. I've been trying to use such a light hand with it, but it started to right there. Can you guys see it? Okay, let's go ahead and put this down, which that's a good indicator that that is a very strong... Did I just not put my ribbon on there, you guys? Oh, that's the good thing about this, is you can take it off. Put your ribbon on there first. Okay. And so your Seal Plus is going to hold that ribbon in place for you. That was my point, you guys, for doing that. Okay. Or you can use tape, like I sometimes do. And then I'm just going to grab another little piece, and I'm going to feed it through there. And this piece, I just want to tie in a knot. You can double knot it if you want to, but honestly, I don't think you need to. This ribbon is very, I don't want to say thick. It's very strong. It's a very strong ribbon. So I don't think you have anything to worry about it coming undone or anything like that. Now let's see which one of these, because I can always trim this down, and I like it on that side better. So you can always trim this piece down if it's too wide this way. I can take it over to my trimmer and cut that down. But let's bring in the tree. I think it's probably done enough. Dry, and let's see. I don't know, you guys. Let me see. Let me trim it down just a smidge and see what I think. And I guess I'll have to like it because it'll be too late once I do it, right? So I don't want to take too much off of it. So I'm just going to make sure I have it straight and just cut just a little bit off. Now I got to get my paper back out. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. I think I'll like it better. I do. I like that a little bit better. I just want to make sure I have it on the side. Okay. So now what we want to do is stamp our sentiments. And I'm going to stamp it in Balmy Blue. And I'm going to stamp it right in the middle on the right side. Then I totally forgot to get my little snowflakes on a block. So let me grab those. Grab a small block. And then I'm going to grab this scrap piece, and hopefully I won't get in that frost paint. And then I'm just going to make my little snowflakes all the way around my sentiment. So just randomly. Like that, okay? Then we can go ahead and adhere this piece down. You can pop this piece up on dimensionals if you want to, but I'm just going to use more of the Stampin' Seal. I am going to put some dimensionals on the back of my tree first because I want to put it down if I can find some dimensionals. Those are minis. Those are minis. Here we go. I knew I had a whole pack because I just accidentally grabbed them yesterday. So I'm just going to put some dimensionals. But what I was going to say was on the original one, I'll show you here in just a minute. On the original one, the tree, this thing, I could cut a little sliver, but I didn't. But that kind of bugged me, so I want to make sure that I have that tucked down. So I'm going to put my tree on first. So I'm going to grab... Trying to find my mini dimensionals, you guys. I just had them. I feel like today is going to be one of those days. Okay, so now let's lay this down. I'm not going to put it down yet because I want to see about where I'm going to put my tree. So I want it to be about right there, I think. So let's go ahead and peel these off. And if you popped your little snow slope up on dimensionals, it would be much easier to tuck your little tree stem behind that, because that would give you the little amount of room that you're going to need. So let's go ahead and kind of do this. And I'm just going to kind of put that right there. That's going to be fine. And then lay this down. Whoops. Right like that. That is going to make me much happier with it like that. Okay. Then let's grab some of our gems. And I chose to use all of the ones that are more shaded blue. And I'm going to put one right here in that corner. And then I just randomly picked spots on the card. I am going to put one, if I can get it picked up. Okay, I might need some more of my little, it's dried out, I think, and not working. So I'm going to pick this one up and put it about there. And then I think I'm going to use another small one. And I kind of put it up there, and then another small one kind of right there. And you can put them wherever you want, you guys. Okay, that is it for today's card. I hope that you guys like it, and subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every Monday and every Thursday. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. God bless.